Hello, Libra. Happy birthday, if it's your birthday this week. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor. And I am going to do a reading for you. I was burning something. It was like too much. For the week of September 27th. 3-card reading. If you knew how much I shuffle even before I shuffle, very well shuffled. All right, here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3. I don't know if that's backwards or forwards. I always get confused. But when I do the 1, 2, 3, that's how I threw them. Okay, so we have the 5 of Cups, and we have the 10 of Pentacles, and then we have the lovely Queen of Cups. All right, the 5 of Cups, not a happy card. 5 of Cups traditionally is about grief, loss, disappointment, disillusionment. That's what it's really about, disillusionment. Because the interesting thing about the 5 of Cups is that he's very focused on the 3 that have spilled, yet there are 2 that are full behind him. So the 5 of Cups is, well, 5s, first of all, are all about change. 5s are always on the precipice. All the 5s, they're all both ways. It's really the decision of the person who's being read as to which way they're going to turn, which way they're going to go. You know, all the 5s are very odd like that, much more so than any of the other cards. It's right in the middle of the story, right? 1 through 10. Then you have the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles is about fabulous wealth, right? 10 of Pentacles also is about, 10s are about completion. So it could be about inheritance, it could be about legacy, it could be about family money, or, you know, like institutional sort of money in a way. And you get the Queen of Cups, the great witch. She's the witch of all witches, this one. She's also a healer. She's also a healer. So, maybe you had a disappointment about money, about money you thought was yours, you were going to get, and it didn't come through, or part of it came through, or something to that. Or there might also be something to do with the family, something, or with a group you're involved with that is like, maybe some people left the group or no longer in the group, and you feel sad and maybe a little disillusioned with the group because the people that you liked are gone, or something to that effect. You know, part of me wants to say, well, how do you get out of the grief? First, you have to feel the grief. There's no shortcuts. I wish there were, but there really aren't. You know, every time I try a shortcut, I'm like, well, I got these pair of pants at a great price, but the zipper doesn't work, you know, or you know, something to that effect. You ever have those zippers that every so often you'll get a zipper that just won't stay closed? It's like the catch on top is not right somehow. So it's like the pants are great, and then you have to put that safety pin, that enormous safety. You always have to get a big safety pin to go through it. And then it's like, yeah, well, now I always have to wear things on top of it. It's like, oh, I don't know why I'm telling you that, but that's what came to mind. Okay, so you feel the grief. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine before I did all the readings, and we were talking about, you know, what's going on in the world, and how overwhelming it is. You know, the world is very overwhelming right now. Even if, you know, your life is like calm and cool and, you know, it's still overwhelming. It's still like, none of us really know what's going to happen. None of us know how long it's going to happen. None of us know if things are ever going to really be the same, or if we're going to go back, or we're going to go. There's nothing to really hang your hat on, in a way. I don't know how else to say it. And and this is not meant to be judgmental. But I have a very established, I guess, spiritual life, and I have for a long time. So I have been, you know, meditating, or, you know, talking to God, praying daily for like a really long time, like a really long time. So I have that experience that I can kind of rest in. Even if it's only 10 minutes a day or 5 minutes a day, I have a place to go. No matter whether I have money or I don't have money, whether I'm fat or I'm skinny, or whether you love me or you don't love me, whether I have a job or I don't have a job, I always have that place to go. You know, and you know that place has changed in a lot of ways. I've changed. It's my interior space, right? And yeah, sometimes there is grief there. Sometimes what you see and what you feel is grief, disappointment, disillusionment, loss. We were talking, you know, this is it. This is it. This is the time. Like, used to be, if you're feeling uneasy, if you were feeling angry or resentful or doubtful or angry or whatever, like some sort of like negative emotion, right? Or an uncomfortable feeling, let's say. You were able to, like, I don't know, go buy a sweater, overeat, get lost on Netflix, you know, and then the grind started up again. But not anymore. Like, you can buy as many sweaters as you want. You can watch as much Netflix as you want. You can eat as much as you want. And you still have to deal with you. You still have to deal with the uncomfortable feelings. And the only way to deal with the uncomfortable feelings is to deal with them, is to feel them, is to like really, really go there, really go there, really go deep. And ask yourself the hard questions. Why do I resent this person? How is holding on to this resentment serving me? What am I getting out of this? Is this serving me? Or is it just a habit? Is it, I do it because I'm scared to feel the grief? Because I'm scared to feel the pain. And the only reason I can tell you this is because I've been there. It's not like, you know, I'm reading from a book. It's on the book. The time is now. The time is now to dig and bring those demons out into the light. So that you can heal. Because she's the healer. Because the cycle is complete. 10 is completion. 10 is completion. And I'm going to leave you with this. The most important part of the process, like if I really break this down into a 5, a 10, and a queen, change, completion, patience. Mourn, turn around, and realize that all isn't lost. You can complete a cycle. And be kind and patient with yourself. You know, I talk about this stuff. It can all happen in an instant, but you know, like for me, and then I'll keep quiet. I love to talk. So for me, a couple of weeks ago, some really dark stuff came up, and stuff that I thought I dealt with many years ago, and I thought, well, I'm done with that. Well, I might have been done with it, but it wasn't done with me. So I had to really look at some really dark stuff that I was still carrying from the past that was actually blocking me emotionally, financially. What would I say? In relationships. I'm not talking about love, I'm talking about relationships, friendships, business, you know, just relationships as a whole. And I had to do some really big work on it. I had to do some like major healing and clearing and crying and forgiveness. And, you know, I've been on this, doing this kind of work. Oh, I don't even know how long, 30 years? Really? I'm not, you know, oh, you're so spiritual. It's like, no, I'm so effed up that I've had to like do this for a long time, you know? And there were so many things that were so wrong in my life for so long. And I was very fortunate in that I wanted to change, and I wanted, and I want um, a fuller, richer, more peaceful, um, more free life. I could really, I could start crying right now. You need to be patient with yourself. You know, it happens when it happens. And it's kind of like, I'm very impatient sometimes, especially with like computers, let's say. It's almost like, you know, it's like a fairy tale, and they tell you, oh, you have to go up this, you have to do all this stuff, and you have to go through the mountains, and then there's dangerous animals, and then there's a river, and you know, and whatever. And then you get this key to this lock, you know, and you put the key in the lock, and the lock doesn't turn. It's like, oh my God. Well, you know, maybe you need to spit on the key. Maybe you need to do the lock upside down. Maybe you need to with your left hand. Maybe you need to have like a prince or a princess open it for you. I don't know. But if you have the key and you have the lock, then you have to be patient, and you kind of got to jimmy it a little bit, you know? You know, certain locks, like you have to put the key in and like lift the key a little bit, lift the door, and then if the door opens, it's a little bit like that. A little bit like that. And sometimes you just have to be patient. And sometimes you know, sometimes you do it in the dark. Sometimes, you know, does it ever really work out exactly and smoothly the way it's supposed to? No, no, it does. It's almost like it was a mistake. There's a healing to be had for you. You have to feel the grief, feel the anger. You know, the people who are able to feel anger, I'm really getting into philosophy now, I'm sorry. This is my experience. The people who are, you know, it's easy for them to feel anger. Underneath the anger is grief. And the ones who are able to feel the grief, underneath the grief is anger. So there you go. And you're not alone. That helps you. You're not alone. So we're all going through it together, but alone at the same time. So you get on YouTube, or you find somewhere to write about it, or talk about it, or listen about it, and be open to letting it change, and be patient with yourself, with others. And it's almost like only we can heal ourselves, you know? Only the people of the earth can heal the earth. Oh, God's going to take care of it. The aliens are going to show up. Well, that's nice. But we have to do our part too, you know? How do you like that? So it didn't come up for you for no reason. If you're interested in one-on-one, etc., like, subscribe, all that other stuff. Have a lovely week. And happy birthday. Have some cake. A big piece of cake. It's your birthday. A big, big, big piece of cake. Oh, I just want a little sliver. I want half the goddamn cake. Have half the cake. Vacation. There's healing in it.